How do I figure out what's next in my career? How do I align my work with what truly matters to me? And the biggest question of all, can I really design a career that I love? Hey, my name is Jen Smith, and I believe career success doesn't have to come at the expense of living a radiantly happy and healthy lifestyle. As a former HR leader and recruiter turned career coach, I've seen how traditional paths can leave people burned out or boxed in. And I know there's a better way, one that invites you to let go of outdated rules and outside expectations, one that evolves and supports meaningful growth over time. Whether you're feeling stuck, craving more clarity, or ready to expand within your current role and beyond, this show is for you. So grab your coffee or your kombucha, pull up a seat, and get ready to explore practical, modern strategies for building a meaningful, heart-based career. Because you deserve a long, radiantly happy, and healthy career. This is the Flourish Careers Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Flourish Careers Podcast. I'm Jen Smith, your host, and today we are talking about why the job search is broken and how your humanity can fix it. Before we get into the data and the strategy, I wanted to start with a story, and I have a feeling that this is going to sound familiar. So picture this. Let's call this person Susan, and she's feeling really good. She's focused, she's determined, she's been in the job search for about 3 months or so, and she's done the work. So she knows her value, she knows exactly what she's looking for, and she finally found a role at a company that feels like a really good fit. So she does everything quote unquote right. She reads the job description 4 times. She tailors her resume specifically to the job. She spends 2 evenings writing a cover letter she actually feels proud of. She connects with the recruiter on LinkedIn. She is not winging this. She's ready. So she hits submit on her application and then she waits. Day 1, nothing. Day 3, nothing. A week goes by. 2 weeks goes by. She checks her email. She goes back to the job posting to make sure it's still there. It is. And she wonders if she should follow up. Then she wonders if she did something wrong. Then she starts to wonder that maybe she's just not good enough. 3 weeks later, she gets an automated email that says, "Thank you for your interest. We've decided to move forward with other candidates." No feedback, no explanation, just silence. So if any of that story felt personal, if you've been Susan sitting at your laptop wondering why that silence is so loud, I hear you. I've been there. So many of us have been there in this world of work. And because what Susan experienced isn't a reflection of her worth, it's a reflection of a system that is fundamentally broken, and it's been broken for quite some time. AI has just sped up that process and made it even more notable. So today we're going to talk about exactly why and what you can actually do about it. So in order to do that and understand what's broken, we need to understand how we got here, because the job search didn't always look like this. And when you think about the history of job searching, I kind of like to geek out about this, but it's kind of interesting to think about. So 30 years ago, job hunting was slow, it was local, and it was very human. You walked into a business, you filled out a paper application, probably shook hands with the manager. And when you think about a hiring manager, they probably had stacks of resumes or paper applications on their desk. The applicant pool was small and it was local, and the process was very personal. And yes, human bias was definitely baked into every single step here. The old system certainly had its own problems. But then the internet arrived, and suddenly you could apply from your couch, email a PDF. It got easier for job seekers, but it got harder for recruiters and hiring managers who are now wading through inboxes of tons and tons of resumes instead of paper files. Then they have to manually scan each resume. So here you are spending just a few seconds or a minute on each application. And a stack of 100 resumes could take away half a day or maybe even an entire day. Then LinkedIn comes about and changes everything. That easy apply button becomes a thing. You can send your resume to 5 jobs before you finished your morning coffee. For employers, that means access to incredible talent, but it's also a little chaotic because you have hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands of applicants for one role. Remote work knocks down the geographic wall entirely. Now you have a candidate in Buffalo who can apply to a dream job in Austin or even London with a click of a button. And then AI enters the chat and everything accelerates again tenfold. Job seekers can now apply to hundreds of jobs with a click of a button. What used to take hours, tailoring a resume, drafting a cover letter, searching online, can now happen in minutes. Applications are sent in batches and the volume skyrockets. At the same time, on the other side, AI is reviewing resumes and it can do it faster. It could, depending on the software, rank candidates. It can also filter applicants depending on what recruiters put into the system. It can run initial assessments through chatbots. And sometimes this happens, not all the time, but sometimes it happens before a recruiter has even touched a file. The game has fundamentally changed and there is no going back. This can be both exciting and it can also be a little heartbreaking because change is happening and it's happening fast. So here's what's actually happening on both sides of that submit button and why it feels like dropping your application into a black hole. On the job seeker side, more than half of applicants are now using AI to write their resumes and cover letters. More than half, which means the average application pool is full of content that probably looks and sounds identical. Same structure, same language, all the buzzwords, and it really is taking that individuality out of the mix. But that's what makes the difference. Your story, your voice, the thing that makes you you has been optimized out of the process, which is a problem. Resumes are now written for machines, not humans. I saw a post the other day where people are putting white letters on their resumes to match buzzwords from the job description. So it's not actually being seen by a human, it's being seen by the AI. That is not going to work, my friends. So there's a lot of engineering going on to pass through applicant tracking systems by hitting the right keywords and the right configuration and trying to speak the machine's language. And job seekers are just losing their own voices. On the employer side, those applicant tracking or those ATS systems are doing exactly what they're built to do. They're built to filter, and recruiters can put whatever they're looking for into the filter. And if your resume doesn't come through because of that, even if you are genuinely qualified, you're going to get filtered out before a human sees your name. This isn't that AI is being mean. It's definitely not personal. It's just indifferent, and it's the way that the systems are working right now. And that indifference can feel devastating when you've poured real time and hope into your application. The most qualified candidates in the world are struggling to get noticed by anything right now. And that means we need a different strategy. Not a harder one, not a smarter one, a more human one. Hey there, beloved listener. It's Jen here, and I'm popping in with a quick invitation just for you. I know how hard it can be to navigate your career, especially in a world of work that's constantly changing. That's why I created The Gathering Ground. It's an insider circle for steady, heart-based support to help you grow with clarity, confidence, and community. Inside the Gathering Ground membership, you're invited to join us for weekly office hours to ask questions and stay grounded, exclusive pricing on one-on-one coaching, seasonal goal setting and reflection workshops. You'll receive a secret monthly newsletter with fresh tools and inspiration. There's a growing library of networking scripts, checklists, and career development tools designed to support you throughout your career. And best of all, a kind, generous community of professionals who just get it. So whether you're staying, shifting, or starting fresh, this is your space to be supported and stretched in the best way possible. It's just $97 to join, then $27 a month. flexible, affordable, and no long-term commitment. To get started, head on over to flourish.careers/community and answer a few quick questions. Based on your responses, I'll send you a personalized development plan so you can begin right away with clear human support. No bots, no templates, just thoughtful guidance to move forward with confidence. Because you deserve a long, radiantly happy, and healthy career. I cannot wait to see you on the inside. Now, back to the episode. So let's talk about a few lessons here. First one is the system is broken. It's not about you. I want you to know that the struggle is real and this is not a reflection of you or your worth. That scenario that I shared in the beginning about Susan, that's a broken system, not a verdict on you. And when you understand that the process itself is flawed, it's been flawed for a long time now, that can help you stop internalizing the rejection and shift from what's wrong with me to how do I work around this? And that's everything. It's really where your energy kind of stops leaking out into all the wrong places and can start working for you. Another thing I want you to know here is that AI isn't going anywhere. So use it as a tool, but not a replacement. So as a career coach, I am telling you to use AI because it's not going anywhere. And when it's used well, it can help. So use it to tailor your resume and figure out what keywords you need to put into your resume from the job description. Use it to tighten your outreach messages. Use it to research companies and decode job postings and prep for talking points before interviews. But use it as a tool, not a replacement for you. AI-generated content that isn't carefully reviewed or personalized is so generic, and people can tell. It's the energy that comes across, they can tell. One of the things I always recommend to folks is to read out loud. So read your resume bullets out loud. Read your outreach out loud. Does it sound like you? Or are you like tripping over the words? If you're tripping over the words, it's probably because it isn't you. So read it out loud and just think about what you would actually say in that moment and write that. So AI can help you kind of build the structure or the outline, but bring your spirit, your energy, your specific examples, your real story to the table. And that's the combination that will work. Now, the third thing I want to share here is the most important. And you have heard me say this over and over and over again, but your network, your relationships are your most impactful tool in today's world of work. Think about a time when someone left your team. You go to the team meeting, your manager says so-and-so's retiring or so-and-so decided to move on. What's the very first question everyone asks? Everyone looks at each other around the table and they say, who do you know that would be a good fit? Strong relationships put you in someone's mental Rolodex before a job ever hits a board. That is the most impactful place to be in this world of work. Start with people you know. Tell them you're looking for something different. If it's confidential, let them know it's confidential. Hey, so-and-so, this is confidential, but I'm exploring new roles and I'd love your support. The other thing is you want to be really specific. Let them know exactly what you're looking for so they know what to do with you. So you could say something like, I'm exploring new roles. I want a hybrid role based in New York City. I'm looking for senior marketing in the fintech industry. So that lets the person listening know where you're looking, New York City. It's a hybrid role. So you're looking for something both work from home and go into the office. Senior marketing roles in the fintech industry. I know exactly what to do with you in that situation. Versus a lot of times people come to me and they say, oh, I'm just open to anything because they want to keep their options open. But when you say that to somebody, they don't know what to do with you. They have anything concrete to work with. So the idea here is to let people know exactly what you're looking for. Think about location, think about industry, think about role, think about companies if you have that. And then if you do have your list of ideal companies, try to get an internal connection at an organization you're interested in, which in today's world of work is so easy with LinkedIn. So you can literally search your ideal company on LinkedIn and see all the people that work there. I recommend going directly to hiring managers. Now, here, you do not want to use a copy and paste template from AI. Send a real thoughtful note. Do the research. Try to understand what's going on with that team. Let them know you've read about what they're building. You understand the problem that they're solving and what you specifically bring to the table. I'll never forget when I was a recruiter, and AI was in the picture because we were using applicant tracking systems, but it wasn't the extent of where it is today. And people would come to me and they would say, "Hey, Jen, I really want to work for your company. What do you got for me?" I was like, "What? I don't know what you want. You have to give me something to work with. We have 250 jobs open. Go take a look at what those jobs are and come back and tell me what you're interested in. I can't possibly know what to do with you." So the idea is to be as specific as possible. Bring your genuine human voice, and that will stand out every single time. That is your competitive advantage in today's world of work. So let me bring this back together for you, and then I want to share a little ritual. So the job search right now in today's world of work is broken. It has been broken for a long time. It's just amplified 20-fold with AI. This is not because of you. It's because the system has accelerated faster than anyone could keep up with. And if you're in it right now, the silence is real, the frustration is valid, but please know that you are not alone. Here's the other thing. Your humanity is the one thing that no algorithm can replicate. It's your story, it's your voice, it's your relationships in a world that's drowning in generic, boring, AI-generated sameness. So your genuine story makes a huge difference. So what I would say is use the tools, learn the systems, lean into your network and relationships, and never, ever outsource the things that make you, you. The machines can definitely filter a resume, but it cannot replicate you and your voice. Now I want to leave you with something, because the best career strategy in the world doesn't work if you're running on empty, burned out from the search process, and disconnected from the people around you. Your career flourishes when you nurture real human connections over time, even for introverts, not just for getting hires, but for the long game, for the kind of career that actually fulfills you, for the career where you get to work with the people that you genuinely love working with. So here's a ritual for you. I want you to pause. Think back over the last few months or the last season. Make a list of the people that have been there for you. So who offered encouragement when you needed it? Who connected you with someone helpful? Who was sharing content that really opened up something in your mind that you hadn't thought of before? Maybe somebody listened without judgment when things felt hard. So make that list and then read the list and choose one person that really stood out to you. Now, this could be someone that you don't even know. So maybe it's just someone you admire from far that has really helped you. Or maybe they wrote a book that's really resonated with you. Whoever that person is, reach out to them. Don't ask for anything. Just say thank you. It could be a text, a DM, an email, or my personal favorite, a handwritten note. There is just something about receiving a physical card in our world of digital noise that's going to help you stand out, and people will genuinely remember that. It says, "I thought of you, you mattered, and I took the time to write this." Share something that reminds you of them, or simply say, "I was thinking about you. I'm grateful to have you in my corner." No pressure to respond, no agenda, just genuine human connection. And that's it. It's simple, it's super meaningful, and it's the kind that will build relationships and carry you further in your career than any algorithm or any AI ever could. So that's what we have for you today, my friends. If this episode resonated, I'd love to hear from you. So connect with me on Instagram or LinkedIn. And if you know a Susan out there or somebody who's wondering why the silence feels so loud right now, please go ahead and share this episode with them. That connection might be exactly what they needed today. So that's all for today. As always, you can find the notes on the blog at flourish.careers/blog. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.